What's going on, world? I'm George Kill. We're here with UT basketball program's assistant coach, Jay Lucas. How you doing, man?
What's up, George? I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Now, this has been a long time in the making.
It has. It's been a couple years, but I'm happy we're finally getting to do it.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Now, I hear UT has one of the best basketball facilities in the land. Is that true?
Yeah, we do. We do. When you're one of the best universities, you got to have one of the best facilities. And we just did some new upgrades, so it's pretty cool. I love to show it to you.
But let's dodge this Longhorn, man, and let's go do it.
Let's go. So this is the start of our practice facility. The men's and the women share it together. Women's side is right on the other side of this wall, so we're going to start here. This is our program standards, and this is what we build our program on here at Texas, and these are Coach Smart's 5 core values. And so then we come down, this is our yearly board here, and these are some of our accomplishments we had last year. We were one of the only teams that had 4 top 10 wins last year as a program, and it's the first time in school's history and first time in Coach Smart's, his first year here. This part of the hallway is where we really start to pay respects to the people who came before us. And this is the one thing that has kind of put our program in the forefront, is having 8 lottery picks. Like TJ Ford was the guy I grew up watching, and then you come and you get Kevin Durant. He was kind of the first national one that kind of, took us everywhere. And then we got a world champion in Tristan Thompson. And then on this side of the wall, we have every team in the school's history that played basketball here, starting all the way at 1905, and it goes all the way through last year's team, and we have their accomplishments and what they've done. And this is just another way to kind of pay respect for the people who have given us this opportunity to have this facility and to be one of the best basketball programs in the nation. This is our Kevin Durant kind of wall right here. And it gave everything he's accomplished in his whole career right here and everything he did in college. And the one thing that made, him a little different was he was that first class of where high school players couldn't go to the NBA no more. He was the first one that came, and you had to go, to college for a year, and he came and he was exactly what everybody thought he was. Naismith Player of the Year, National Player of the Year, everything.
A lot of the former guys, they come back during the summer sometimes and work out and kind of help the program.
Yeah, we get a lot of guys back, and I think that just comes from Austin being such a great city. You have guys like Avery Bradley who brought a house here, Tristan Thompson comes back, Kevin comes back. Actually when we get down here, we have this new cool State of Texas wall that's pretty cool that we have where all the guys who come back sign it. And no matter if you're a manager, a walk-on, a scholarship player, if you put any part into the program, you're part of the family. These are our uniforms we've worn the past couple of years. I'll say probably the last 6 years. Burnt orange and the color orange is so unique that once you see it, you know exactly who it is. So we try to use it as much as we can. So this is what we're calling our alumni board here. So we have everybody who ever comes through, and they come and sign. Like we have Terrence Richard right here. He's the all-time leading scorer. We have, of course, we have Kevin Durant. We have TJ Ford, like we were talking about. We have Miles Turner. Then we have some of the guys who played here recently, like you have Isaiah Taylor, you have Javon Felix, you have Avery Bradley, you have LaMarcus Aldridge. So when they come back with their kids and their grandkids, they have their name on the wall over here. They can show them, talk about their teammates, and they have their signature here as well.
It's a very close-knit family.
Oh yeah, it's a family. And that's just the one thing that this program has always been about. Like I'm getting married here soon, and half of my groomsmen are my teammates from here. It's a bond that you can't really break, and it's something you just carry on with you forever. And that's the one thing that being on the coaching staff now helps me kind of reach out more and get the people here that we want to get here, and that's everybody. So we keep coming, and when we get to this wall here, like we had our lottery pick walls, this is kind of to show you a little bit more of our first round draft picks that we've had. Like we've had 15, and it goes back from guys we've had like Lance Blanks, who's going on to be a GM of a team and is still in Austin. He does our game on the Longhorn Network. And you have Travis Mays, who's the head women's coach at SMU.
Who is this?
I don't know how that picture snuck in, but that's my dad when he was coaching the 76ers, and he drafted B.J. Tyler, who was a real good guard from Port Arthur that went to school here. And so he somehow snuck on the wall. I didn't do it. When we get to this wall, this is kind of our tournament appearances and our kind of accomplishments we made in the postseason. And at the top, we have our Final Four. And the one thing we're missing here at Texas is the national championship. And I don't think that's too far away. I think we're getting our feet under us and getting, the people we want and the guys we want here and building the culture we want. And then you go on, and here we have our second round draft picks, and also just anybody who kind of played in the NBA and got drafted. So you have 42. These go to the guys who are kind of like the foundation of the program, who stay for 4 years. It's easy to have Kevin Durant's and it's easy to have TJ Ford's, but you need, your Royale Ivies and your PJ Tuckers and your Chris Clacks and your Joey Wrights, people who are kind of embodied Texas and what it stands for. Now to the hardware. I tell people all the time, it's really split up, into 3 different trophy cases. So on this right side right here, you have TJ Ford and all his accomplishments and trophies he had. So he was Naismith Player of the Year, he was a John Wooden Player of the Year. You have all his awards right here on this right side. And when you get to the middle, you have more of the team awards. So we won the 2K Classic 2 years ago in New York when we played in it. You have our Big 12 championships, and then you have our Final Four trophy here from being a finalist in that as well. And then you start getting down here, and then it splits right here. Now you get into Kevin Durant's trophies and his accomplishments. So you have really all the same trophies that TJ won. You have a few more, like the Oscar Robertson Award right there. And then right here in the middle, we have Slater Martin. So we have 3 players here at Texas whose number's been retired. That's TJ Ford, that's Slater Martin, and that's Kevin Durant. And so we have pretty high standards. A lot of schools have all these banners with all these numbers. Right. But here at Texas, you gotta be the National Player of the Year. And then right here, we have DJ Augustine, who was a great player here. He left after his sophomore year, and he won the Bob Cousy Award, which is basically the best college point guard. And DJ also was an academic All-American as well. So he put together 2 great years here. And so then right here, you get to our Men's Longhorn Hall of Honor. And these are just people who have, contributed to the program in some form or fashion. And we've actually had 2 this past Friday that went in. Jimmy Blacklock, who was Harlem Globetrotter forever. He was a great college basketball player, and he was the first black basketball player at the University of Texas. So that is a big accomplishment. And we also had LaMarcus Aldridge, who is from Dallas and who had a great career here and went on to be the 2nd pick in the draft and is still having a great career with the Spurs. Right. So this is something that we take pride in because it's something that, will last with you forever. So this is our alternate jersey, and this is the one the guys really love to wear. Yeah. And this is the one they want to wear all the time, but we like to pick and choose when you can wear it. So sometimes we'll make them earn it, or sometimes we'll just have it and they don't even know we're going to wear it. So then we come right here, this is our Texas Longhorn in the pros wall. So this is every pro player that we've had here at every team they've played on. You have teams who are in Chicago, you have teams who are in Phoenix, they're gonna find you. Because being at Texas, I feel, is playing on the biggest stage. We're one of the few schools, we have our own network. Right. So that kind of sets you apart on your own right there.
Right. And this is my favorite part of the entire facility because a lot of people on the outside looking in look at Texas as a football program, but if you look at this, you can tell that, you guys are very successful basketball-wise as well.
Yeah.
Okay, now Jay, one thing that I want to know is what it takes nutrition-wise to be a high major D1 athlete.
It's a lot that goes into it. We have these different little stations we set up. We call them fuel stations. So we have them set up all throughout the facility, and we have them kind of spread it throughout campus too. So we have these different programs that you can kind of, you put things together and they'll show you like what you need. So we have some people that need to gain weight, some people that need to maintain weight. Then we also have some guys who need to lose weight. So the one thing is we want to make it about the player. We don't want to put everybody on the same meal plan, on the same routine, because everybody needs something different.
And talk about how serious this is, because before we even started this, I went to the bathroom and I saw
the hydration chart.
Yeah, the hydration chart and like what color your urine is, and that's very important.
Oh, it's very important. We have our strength coach. We have Daniel Roos, who's a great strength coach. We do hydration tests, and they're random. So we have the nutritionist. She comes in. They take kind of like it's not a drug test, but similar to that, and they test the level of hydration in your body, and you can tell, how hydrated you are. Right here we have, I guess our biggest win last year, I would say. Yeah. We had a home win against North Carolina. They were ranked number 3 at the time. It was a great environment. It was sold out, and we hit a buzzer beater with 0.1 seconds left. Javon Felix got an offensive rebound and put it right back up. And so now we're going to go into our players' lounge. One of the other areas that we've kind of remodeled and revamped is really a good space for the players to come and just kind of relax and lounge and kind of just play around and be college kids. This is one of the cool things that we actually just added, and we calling this our Kevin Durant shoe wall. So the one thing here at Texas, with Kevin being an alumni and a former player, is that we get his shoe in our own color palette.
And I assume the players, when they get these new shoes, they go kind of crazy.
Yeah, they go crazy. Because, you know, that's the one thing about players and kids, it's about the gear. You know, for us and the guys that really want a bunch of KD stuff. So a bunch of our shirts, shorts, socks, hats, everything is Kevin Durant. So every year, Coach Smart has done this forever, ever since he's been a head coach. So this is the one thing he loves to do, is our Navy SEALs training. So we do it every year right before practice starts. And it's kind of a way to do team bonding and kind of a way to really show the guys that, you know, it's nothing too tough that you can't get through.
Right.
So, you know, one of our main sayings is get past hard. So it's a way of just showing them that they can do that. So now this is our locker room. And we have two locker rooms. We have one in the Irwin Center that we use on game days and at halftime of the games. But this is our main locker room, and this is really their space. You know, this is their time to, you know, be kids and get ready for practice and just enjoy being each other's teammates and enjoy each other's company. Like you can see above and below the lockers, all the shoes and all the gear they get. So, and this is just from this year. Okay, so now this is the weight room. And this is where boys become men. You know, this is where you really get to see college pay off, is in the weight room, because, you know, usually a lot of people don't grow, get taller in college, but you can see their bodies kind of transform. And so we have one of the best weight staffs in the country. So we have this big thing, I like to call it a jungle gym. But you know, you look at it, it's different. You usually don't see anything like that in a weight room, but you have the monkey bars that go all the way across, so they do a bunch of different exercises with those, forwards, backwards, sideways. And so this is probably, I guess, the main part, besides the gym, where we'll go to next, of the facility that is used the most. So right now we're in the stairwell to go to our practice gym, which is upstairs. It's above everything we just saw. And when you come to the second part of the stairwell, we like to put our schedule here on the left-hand side. And it's kind of goes from the first game all the way through the last regular season conference game. And it's kind of a reminder that, you know, the season is a process. And, you know, each step is a different step of getting to your goals and getting to where you want to go, and that's winning championships. So now this is our practice facility and our practice gym. This is open 24/7, and we have everything they need up here. Basketball, guns, shooting machines. We got the Bluetooth speakers, so whatever they need to do, they're able to do up here. So when we come to this side of the gym, this is really, you know, like the side of the gym where we get a lot of our coaching in. So we have our screen where we watch film and stuff like that. We have a whiteboard, and then against this wall right here are some of the things that Coach Smart and us as a staff thinks the guys should focus on when they're in practice, and some of the things that you have to come in here with to have a great practice and have a great just team in general.
We see Shock on the sidelines. He seems very fiery.
Yes.
Yeah. And is that how he is in practice? And when someone is, you know, maybe lollygagging, does he kind of turn it up a little bit?
No, he's like that at all times. The one thing I tell people about coaches is it's never a show. It's never an act. And, you know, with him being a younger coach and having that enthusiasm and that just energy about him is kind of, you know, it's really special to see. And it just kind of really falls off of him on everybody else, on the coaching staff, on the players, on the managers, on the equipment staff, on everybody. So everybody's kind of in that same mold now, and that just goes to show what type of person he is. So now I'm gonna take you into our equipment room. And now this is the one room where everybody wants to get into. Now this is our equipment manager right here, Rob Lazar.
How you doing, Rob?
And he is Texas basketball. You know, he's one of the people I've always talked about who are, you know, not on the coaching staff, but they are a vital part of the program. And he's been here for how long has it been, Rob?
18 years.
18 years. So, you know, he is someone who's built this program as well, you know, like a TJ Ford or anybody else.
Okay, Rob, I'm seeing some great shoes around here, a lot of apparel, but I want to start with the hot sauce. What's going on here?
Well, I'm from South Louisiana, and I like it spicy. And you know, everybody's got their little quirks, and mine's collecting hot sauces. I've got probably 500 plus bottles at the house, and this is just a little bit of extra that brings a little bit of home. You know, this job's taking me around the world, and I pick up here and there and bring them back, and I use them. So they're not just up there for show. We use them. We use them.
I want to know the spiciest brand, or spiciest sauce.
All right, you see that one right there that's in the little wooden coffin right there?
Okay.
It says Insanity. Hot sauce is all based on Scoville units.
Okay.
And you know, like celery's 10, jalapenos upwards of 100,000. That hot sauce right there is 7 million Scoville units. So it's got a little kick to it. It tells you to use a toothpick-sized dollop for 5 gallons of soup. So here's sort of the KD line that we've got going. Okay. The ones in the middle are the KD 8s from last year, and the colorways are 4 Texas specific. Last year he made 2 colorways, which was the gray and the orange and the KD 8. This year we're actually going to have the 5 colorways and the KD 9. This is the first run. Okay. We've got a white version, we're going to have a black version, we're going to have an orange and white version, we're going to have a gray version, and then we're going to have this special Texas version that I might have to look at for it a bit. And then here is his other line. It's called the KD Tray 5. We wore it a little bit last year, and some of the guys liked it, so we went ahead and did the colorway for this year. And then these over here, Nike has a team bank. Mostly, the big schools, big groups, and like that will get into them. But there's only one Texas Orange. Right. So these are the Swifts. That's the low top version for this. These are called the Clear Outs. Obviously the Hyper Dunks. And then this is the little off-court training shoe. Anything and everything that the players need, use, touch, wear. Myself and my students make sure that they're all set. Most people go to a game and think a light switch comes on, and it happens. We're first to come, last to leave, and glad we're doing it.
I want to know, you've been here for 18 years.
18 years.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot. What is the most memorable shoe moment in your 18 years here?
There's been some funny ones, like doing the Final Four run. TJ wore some Jordans. It had a little silver on the back. And every time people would take pictures, it flashed up. So after one game, I got emails and calls wanting to know where the batteries were in the shoes and where they could get the shoes that had lights on them. In fact, there's the shoe that I was talking about. That was and TJ actually signed it right there. So
now you guys, UT has the most lucrative contract with Nike ever. How has it been working with those guys?
It's great. It's great. They're in the business to make product better so the athlete can perform. And then part of my job is to understand all the product that they have, and then understand my players, and then make sure that I get them in the best possible product that will allow them to do the best on the court.
And what's been your favorite shoe?
The Kobe 5. That was good. We actually had a colorway in the burnt orange in that. KD 4 was a real good one that we actually liked a lot. And then, to tell you the truth, the Swift. A lot of guys that are liking the Swift. Being one of the elite programs with Nike, we're able to get to a little bit more product than most. In fact, this year's jersey, we did a product development with Nike, and this is actually the uniform style and cut that USA Basketball wore in Rio. So for about 6 months prior to the Rio going, we saw this in just a plain black, and guys were able to put some input into how it was built.
Describe some of the things that you're seeing now that maybe 18 years ago we wouldn't have.
So this combination right here, with this jersey and this short, total weight is 11 ounces. When I started 18 years ago in basketball, it was 27. It's hard to believe, but this shoe right here has about 87 pieces in it. the technology that goes into the shoes and how light they are. Just think about if you've got 3 extra pounds on you, going 40 minutes up and down. You know, kind of with the shoes, I get emails and calls all the time saying, hey, we're the University of Texas, why aren't we in the same shoe? Well, that goes back to us working with Nike and making sure that the guys are in the right shoe. Every shoe's not built the same. Every shoe's built on different lasts. You know, some people have the Fled Flintstone foot, some have skis. We have the ability to put the right shoe on a guy so he can go out there and perform.